Hello, world. Welcome back to another YouTube Live with me, Adam Turvitt, speaking to you live from the Spider Oak Studios here in my home office. So today I'm really excited to talk with you about getting started with CrossClave. Over the weekend, we had a really great turnout of people who signed up for CrossClave as part of our early adopter program. We are super excited to have all of you. And we are, as a company, this is something that we've sort of had to hold under our hats for quite a while. We wanted to tell the whole world about CrossClave, but we wanted to take it slow to make sure the system was stable. The product that we were putting in front of people was the kind of thing that we were really proud of. We are extremely grateful to all of the people who participated in our preview program. We got invaluable feedback, and the suggestions that they gave us really helped us to make the CrossClave we're able to offer you now something we're really proud of. And this isn't the end. As part of the early adopter program, one of the most essential things is you're able to give us great feedback that we can use to improve the product. So today what I want to address is the onboarding. So once you've made a CrossClave purchase, what happens now? How do you actually get into CrossClave and get the system working? So let me show you a couple of slides, and then I'm just going to do a demo here for you that shows you exactly what you need to do to get CrossClave up and going. So as an admin, as the person who purchases a CrossClave subscription, whether that's on our free tier or one of our paid tiers, these are the 6 steps that you need to go through in order to get CrossClave up and going. And they're pretty direct, but it's important to note each of them. So first, you've purchased a subscription, then you install CrossClave on your computer or your Android phone. Next, you get a team join URL, and I'll show you where to find that. Then you save your recovery key, and finally, you input your team license into CrossClave. So let's jump right in, and then after your team license, of course, then you name your team and you're off to the races. So here we are in Chrome. I've just finished checkout. So most of you who already are on CrossClave, you'll notice this is a page that you've already seen before. I've just finished checkout. You can see that I got a team license. So from here, what do you need to do? Well, you need to get to the My Account page. So the My Account page is accessible either here in the top right of the crossclave.spideroak.com, or you can get to it through viewing a subscription. If you've never been here before, the first thing that you should do is you should go to the Getting Started guide. The Getting Started guide walks you step by step through each of the things you're going to need to do, which is basically what I'm walking you through here today. So this is the Getting Started guide, and there are a couple of key pieces that are accessible through the Getting Started guide. One is the links to the application. If you haven't downloaded and installed CrossClave yet, this is what you need to do. And you can see I've got a fresh install of CrossClave right here on my computer ready to go, but we'll get back to that in a second. So after you've installed CrossClave, you get to that first screen, you're going to need a team join URL, which you can find right here in the Getting Started guide. The team join URL tells CrossClave which server to connect to. Because we offer CrossClave as a SaaS product, we also offer it as an on-premise product. And so there's a variety of ways to deploy this. For most of you who've signed up through crossclave.spideroak.com, in the Getting Started guide, this is the team join URL you need. This points you at the servers that Spider Oak is managing. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to copy this team join URL, and now I'm going to come over to the CrossClave application. I'm going to click Get Started. If you already have a CrossClave application up and running, you can click Add a Device to add a second computer or a phone, but I don't in this case, so I'm just going to click Get Started. Asks for my team join URL. I put that in and click Continue. CrossClave does its thing, and then here it gives me a recovery phrase. Now, the recovery phrase is really, really important. This is the phrase that is used anytime you want to get into CrossClave and add a second device. If you have a catastrophic failure and need to recover your first device, this is what you use. This is super, super important. So this is my recovery phrase. I only get one shot. Right now, the way CrossClave is set up, I get one shot at this. So please, if you take nothing else away from this, save your recovery phrase. It is absolutely essential. And if you hit continue, you'll see the scary warning. Do not skip this step. Please, please save that somewhere. All right. So I always put these in my password manager. You can print it out, whatever it is you decide to do, save that recovery phrase. Click yes, I saved it. Now, at this point, it's asking us, do we want to create a team or add a team? Since I'm the owner, I'm going to be creating a team and I need my license key. For your end users, they're going to go to add a team, simply enter the team join URL again, and that's going to give them the information they need to send to you so you can add them to your team. But let's look at the create a team dialog, what we need to do there. So go back to our browser. Here I am in my account. I'm going to go to my subscriptions. And in your subscriptions, for example, this is the one I just ordered today. That renews in 1 month. And on the subscription page, under license key, I see a long string of text. That's the license key that enables me to create one team. So now I'm going back here to CrossClave, and I'm going to enter that license key in the create team dialog. So I first entered a team name. Now it's asking me for my name. So I'm Adam Hatz. There we go. Now my team is created. From this point, there's quite a few things that you can do. You can create a space, which is where you interact with other people on your team. You're always going to want to be able to go into your team settings, and you're going to add people to your team right here. Let's take a moment and go back to the Getting Started guide. On the Getting Started guide, after I've completed all the steps, it has a section about onboarding team members. This is really important because as you onboard team members, this is where you're going to send people who you want to add to your team so that they can get the information they need to send back to you. So unlike some other systems, CrossClave isn't a push your way into a team system. It is a pull you into a team system. So as the owner of the team, I have the ability to pull people in so that they can be part of my team. This is really, it's a security issue, right? You don't want random people being able to push their way into your team. And so for the end users, what you're going to send to them is here on the support site, there's a Getting Started guide for end users. This is what you're going to want to send to all of your end users. And again, it's much like Getting for admins, directly at end users. It's got the links that they can use to download. It walks them through the team join URL. It talks about the recovery phrase. And then at the end, it talks them through getting to an account ID. The account ID is what they need to send to you so that you're able to add them to your team. So if somebody sends me their account ID, then I go back to CrossClave. And inside CrossClave, I go to team directory and I hit the plus button. Then I can type in the name of the person I'm adding, paste in their account ID, and click send invitation. This will add them to the team. So on their CrossClave application, they will then see that they've been added to my team. But an important thing you also need to do as an admin is you need to set up a space. Setting up a space can, you call it whatever you like. After you've set up the space, within a space, there are 3 areas. an area for files, an area for chat, and an area for administering the people who have access to this space. So anybody who's been added to the team can be added to a space right here. Now, I don't have any other users in my team right now. But that's okay. If I add more people, I'll be able to add them into this space. And then from this space, we can chat with each other and we can share files back and forth. This is the way the Spider Oak team works every day. I spend at least half my workday inside either the files or the chat parts of CrossClave, interacting with my team in the customer success, the customer success team, engineering, QA, the management team. We have separate areas, separate spaces inside CrossClave that we use to interact with each other. So that's the basics. That's how you get it done. So we had a couple of questions. So I don't know how to say your name, sir, because it's in Russian. But yeah, if you look at the CrossClave free, in fact, let's just go back. Let me show you what that looks like, what he's talking about. So if we go back to CrossClave here on the main page, you can see we have different tiers of pricing available. If you go to the free tier, it says 1 cent every 6 years with a 5-year free trial. So is this exactly equal to free? Not quite, but it's close. And the way that the reason we set it up like this was because we wanted to make sure, thanks, Andrew. We wanted to make sure that people have a little bit of skin in the game. This isn't, this is an early adopter program. At some point, we may remove that nominal cost that's 5 years in the future. But for now, we wanted to make sure that we haven't thrown the gates completely wide open, because this is an early adopter program, and we want to make sure that people are willing to go through a full registration. And then it also makes it easy in the future if you decide that the limitations we have on the free tier, which is 5 users on your teams and a total of 5 gigabytes of storage. If you need more of one of those two, if you want to have 6 people on your team, or if you need to add more storage, it's easier for you to upgrade to one of our paid tiers. That said, we do not intend to actually charge anybody. That's why the trial period is so long, because we wanted to make sure that people know that this is intended to be a free product. It's just a quirk of our billing system that we had to make the subscription 1 cent every 5 years. Question, is this a CIA demand? No, sir, it is not. This is, I'm the one to blame for this, because I'm the one who set up our e-commerce system. We have not, in fact, let me go right now to our main website and show you something important. So let's just go to spideroak.com. We take transparency really, really seriously. And so on spideroak.com, if you go down to the bottom, we have a transparency report. This is updated once every 6 months. I'm actually the person who's in charge of updating this, so I'm pretty familiar with it. But every 6 months, we update this page to show the number of search warrants, the number of subpoenas, the number of court orders, or the number of national security letters that Spider Oak has received from any government agency worldwide within that 6-month period. To my knowledge, we have never, since we started keeping track in 2014, ever received any of these. So if that's a great question, Andrew. No, this is not, we didn't do this because of CIA or NSA or any other demands. And we take those things really seriously. So were we to receive that kind of a demand, we would update the transparency report. And so that's the place you can always go to double check and make sure that we're, if you have questions about whether you've been compromised, that's where you can go. Ben asked a question about definitions. You can go to this page and see the definitions of each of these items. The national security letters are particularly important. So there are some instances where the government can uh, give you a subpoena, for example, and tell you that you're not allowed to discuss the fact that you've received a subpoena. But in that case, it counts as a national security letter. So we'll always have some method of displaying what we've received from the government, and so we'll be upfront. Ben, thank you. I will fix that as soon as we're done here. We have got a typo, so uh, that one's on me also. Thank you for your help. All right. Any other questions or information you'd like to know about onboarding? Can you move data from one team to another? That's a great question. The way that teams are set up is each team, no problem, Ben. I'm part of the spelling police too. Just sorry I didn't catch that one. Each space and each team has a separate set of encryption keys. So the way that we've structured CrossClave is, let's start on the smallest level, which is a space. If me, Amelia, and Ben and Andrew are in a space together, each of us has a set of encryption keys that have been generated by CrossClave on our own devices. When we are added to a space together, our keys are used in conjunction with each other to create a space key that is derived from all of the keys that each of our individual devices hold. Because of that, we really can't move data directly from one space to another space, because each space within a team or each team has that unique combination of the encryption keys of the people involved in that space or that team. So it's not possible to directly say, select all these files, move them from team A to team B. Because of the way the encryption works, and because we want to make sure that your data is as secure as possible, that's not possible. However, because this is a cloud-based system, it really is as simple as downloading data from team A onto your computer, switching over to team B, re-uploading that data. And the other benefit of this is, once you've done that and all the data has been uploaded, you can delete it from your local hard drive, because all that data stays in the cloud on the CrossClave system. Anytime you access it, it'll be downloaded to your computer. You make your changes, then you commit, and that data will once again be removed from your computer. So it's a really nice hybrid of a cloud-based and a local-based system. All right. Any other questions? Anything else I can answer for you? Anything like that? All right. Well, if not, for those of you who are here today, we want to say thank you for both for listening to me talk, but also for trying out CrossClave. If you haven't yet tried out CrossClave, we want to invite you to. And so we have a little swag store that has t-shirts and mugs and stickers and things like that. For any of you who see this broadcast and are interested in trying CrossClave, go ahead and sign up for one of our plans, whether it's the free plan or a paid plan. And when you're done, then send me an email. I'm going to enter this into the chat. I'll also put it in the description of the video. Email cypherchallenge@spideroakinc.com, and I'll send you a $10 coupon to our swag shop so that you can pick up a t-shirt or stickers or a mug or whatever it is that you like. And for people that we give these special coupons to, there's even worldwide free shipping, just as a token of our appreciation for trying this out. We are really excited about the potential of CrossClave, and we think it's going to make a big difference in the lives of a lot of organizations, teams, families, and individuals, because it gives them a secure place to do important work. There's a lot of tools you can choose to do the kind of work you need to do day by day. And it's important that you have alternatives that are actually secure. And that's what we tried really hard to provide. So, yeah, so sign up for one of our plans, send me an email, and I will get that swag coupon out to you. All right, last call for questions. Anybody? No? All right. Well, thank you very much. I will let you all know the next time we have one of these Spider Oak Lives. We're going to try to do these most days, and we'll tackle a different subject each day. Today we did onboarding. Tomorrow we're going to look at some industry specifics, ways that different industries can use CrossClave to work with their customers in a secure manner. So we will see you then. Thanks again for joining, and be sure to let me know either by email or in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks.